Is it your view that you could take a cadaver, sit it in a car, or place it in that position, and you'd get the exact same reaction from a bullet fired from a theorized distance?
Well, yes, the distance could be determined within a very close range by talking with Governor Connolly and studying the Zapruder film. Of course, more than one bullet would be fired in the experiments which I have postulated, just as the Warren Commission people, or the individuals functioning in their behalf in 1964, used several goat carcasses and several human cadavers. And just as Professor John Nichols in Kansas, for instance, has used more than one set of bones for these tests.
And that you could reliably say that what happened to one cadaver or one wrist happened to Governor Connolly. That's your view?
My view is, sir, that again, numerous subjects, animals, cadavers, should be employed. And all of the retrieved ammunition studied very carefully. I repeat that I am not holding out personally for a percentage. Show me that it happens more than 50% of the time, because I don't think that would be reasonable unless one conducted, maybe 500 or 1,000 such, and then at that point I think you'd have to say if it doesn't happen. But I want to see one bullet, just one, from as many animal carcasses and human cadavers as can be obtained. Just one bullet, breaking two bones. That's really the key. I have, of course, answered your question about the wrist and the thigh, but I should like to repeat that the major emphasis from my standpoint in terms of the near pristine state of 399 is related to its presumed trajectory through two bones, so that it would be necessary in order to simulate the conditions of the Kennedy-Connolly shooting to have that ammunition go through a rib and a radius.
Well, that's precisely why the question came to mind. I just wondered how you could do that, you'd have to have a pretty good marksman to reproduce that.
Oh, yes, sir, and these things would be fixed, sir, in a kind of a vice-like fashion by appropriate equipment, so that there would be no movement or flapping or so on. And
so that someone could hit the back exactly where the wound that Mr. Connolly had is alleged to have been, and could have hit the rib just where it was supposed to have been hit, and could have passed through and hit the wrist just where it was supposed to have been hit, and fallen into the thigh just where, and we could reproduce it.
Well, you would not have to have you would not have to depend upon the bodies being set up in such a fashion that the bullets will go through. You can set it up so that the bullets cause this bone damage. Remember, the soft tissue is not going to detract from the damage. It may not add much to it, but it's certainly not going to detract from it. Therefore, if you just have the bones set up with the distances of rib to wrist and wrist to thigh, and shoot through them, as has been done without any problem. So all you do is draw a circle, make an X. An expert marksman would do that 100 times out of 100, or close to it. So you don't have to worry about soft tissues. And again, I repeat, these very studies have been performed by John Nichols shooting through two bones.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Time of the gentleman has expired. Gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Sawyer.
Just one question.